made it. I made it back over here in time. Woo! Holy moly, that's all out of whack. What is going on today? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Talk about a day. It's been an interesting day. So I would love to tell you about it. Welcome. Thank you for coming to Tuesday with Todd. And tonight we're gonna talk a little glitter. So this is a different glitter that I'm currently wearing. This is the glitter that we will be printing, which it's a sparkle glitter. You can kind of sort of see that in there. I'm gonna run you through the print process of it. We're gonna get lucky. We're all crossing our fingers. We're all going to see this print out, and then we're going to press it. We're going to do 3 shirts. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope and go. Reason being is because every time I went to change a camera from one to the other, it shuts everything down. So I think I'm going to go old school and just switch my camera up view, just add them that way because it is not playing along with me. We're going to see how the mic is. Is the mic good? Can you hear me? Can you see me? If you're here, comment. Tell me where you're from. How's the weather in your area? I have no clue what it's like outside. I have been in the office since 6:30 this morning. I'm not even sure if I've glanced outside to see what it looks like. So it's been a fun and amazing thing. So hey, check up when you're here. We're going to see how this does. But so what is this material, you ask? This is the Siser. Let me make sure that I get it correctly because I had it on there, right? I had it on the screen. This is SparklePrint. Yes, the SparklePrint. Reason being is because I was using the Subly Thin. I was just running a shipment through to print out for our polyblocker stuff. But this is the SparklePrint. Now, what is this material? This material is in silver. You can run it through your eco-solvent printer and cutter, and so you can print. So you're not limited to having you're not limited by color choice because you can print out your own glitter. So what does that mean? That means we can print out our own glitter. So that's what we did. We did 3 up designs. If you look in the description, should be in the description. If it's not in the description, I'll make sure it's in the description. But the designs that we're going to use are from the design bundles. Those are down there. You can order these transfers from us through quote only currently because we are picking and choosing which ones we want to do. Things I have found is that weeding little stuff, reverse weeding is the way to go. The reason being is the backer, it's a static backer. And so what does that mean? If you traditionally use HTV, you get the sticky back, right? Pick it off sticky. This does not. So you peel it off, it's pretty much peeled off. So you want to do, I believe, reverse weeding is going to be the best thing for it. Let's check in and see how everybody is doing. Darren, what is going on, my friend? What is up, Chuck? Renee, yo, good to see you as well. Eric, hello from up north, the Pacific North. Whatever. Hey, Eric, what's going on? Maureen, hello. It's been a wild day for sure. It has been. On our side of it, we're still trying to get DTF dialed in. Reason being is the technician is quite sick. And I was like, listen, we've been down this long. What's another week or two? I said, no, I can probably do this myself, right? You can probably just send me this stuff and we can go from there. So, I'm comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, let's see how it goes. I'm like, I installed the board, right? So we're finalizing the details on that, whether we got another week until the technician's here, or if they're going to send me the stuff. So that threw that fun stuff in there, but they're still helping us out with printing. Everything is going swimmingly. I just cannot wait to be able to do rush orders consistently and with great turnaround on that. So sooner or later, we're going to be rocking with that. Shelly, hello from Detroit. Wow, hello from not Detroit. If you don't know where we're in Illinois, so we're a little over jauntly from you over there. It is a gorgeous day. Well, I don't know how it is here. FU Facebook user, hey, I don't know who you are, but in Georgia it's sunny and 83. Now the reason being is because StreamYard and Facebook don't always play nice. In fact, StreamYard hasn't been playing nice with me. I can't switch cameras. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, so it might be an OBS type of time that I need to go to. But what you can do is you can head to fatdadlive.com or liveosg.com. Head to either one of those. Those are our YouTube channels. Those will get you right into the YouTuber, and then we'll be able to see you. So that's always a good place to go to over there. There it is. Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. Overcast, not raining right now, which is not, that's not normal. It's been raining a lot there. 63. Can definitely see and hear you fine. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Okay. So like I said, we're gonna hope that we can print. we when we switch cameras, we're gonna be able to print. I had it gonna be nice and neat where I just go there, and then I could talk while that's printing and cutting. Pretty much, you tell me. Do you want to watch it print for a little bit and then me talk while it's still printing? You want to watch the whole process? You tell me what we're gonna do. I thought we'd be able to get dual cameras, and then I could just talk while it's going next to me, like right here, or right here, or up there, but we can't. Listen, I've done it. I've tried today. I spent the last 45 minutes messing with this, and every time I go to add that second camera view, it shuts everything down. And so it scares me to try and do it live because you know what's going to happen, right? It's going to shut it down, and then that's just a bueno. So we're just not going to do it. So will you guys let me know how you do that? The other thing is I want to know how your weeks are going. We just closed out 2 fundraisers, pretty decent fundraisers that we closed out. We've got I don't even know 125 shirts I think from one, and so we're going to do that. I might even do a live pressing on that. You let me know in the comments if you want to do if you want me to do live pressing on that. We just finished up the last of our league, I believe so. The last of our baseball league stuff. I think the last 2 teams are now finalized. So we were able to get those over to them today. We got what else is in the works today? Corey's working on some awesome cups. You'll have to check out our YouTube shorts and our reels and all of that to see those, because I don't know when they will make it to the actual page, but they will make it to those here shortly. We've got those 2 things. Tons of poly stuff, man. The poly blocker. We also print that. I think I'll have to do. That's gonna be the next one. I'm gonna make my notes on that if I can find my pen, because the poly blocker. If you're using anything, that traditionally will bleed through with the HTV, there's even some screen print transfers that'll do it. We have a blocker with it. For us, like the DigiCamo is where we've really always noticed it at, because it'll just pattern through. So if you put something white down, it comes right through. You use the poly blocker, it's got a backing onto it, and that is not happening. So I think I'll have to do a video on that to show the differences between the 2, because that's something that we're doing quite regularly right now. We're sending out poly blocker HTVs damn near every day now. And those are a get a quote option too. Somebody just asked if we had it. We said yeah, and now, we're rocking out through those, so we can help you with that. Now, the advantages of those is that it's white, so we can just print ready to go. But it's a matte finish, so it's not going to have that brightness to it. You got to remember that too. So there are some limitations, especially when it comes to the print side of things. You're printing, like when we do our HTV transfers, they're all matte. Whether it's the poly blocker or the high five, everything that we use is a matte finish on it. So it's hard to get a bright finish on a matte product. So, it's kind of, what do you do with that? Like this presses at 311. Who remembers that band? 311. Yeah. Anybody? Bueller. So this presses at 311. Now our subly blocker stuff, that press is at like 260. Then our Siser Hi-Fi, I think, is at 250. So that stuff presses low, and it's amazing stuff because you're able to use it on there and not have to worry about it. Eric is correcting me. It was sunny all last weekend. It was around 70. It was nice for working outside. All right, good to hear that things were sunny for you. I think we've got a couple days of garbage, and the next week back in the 80s is what we're looking at here. But it's the weather. You don't like it, you wait 10 minutes, and it'll change. Other things that we have going on before we get into this. Tomorrow, Q&A with TNA. Don't forget about that. Get back here, fatdadlive.com or live OSG, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing that. Whatever kicks over from that will end up in Volley, so you'll be able to see that. Ooh, you like that? That is somebody's shirt. That is. Whose shirt is that? I don't know whose shirt that is. I don't know whose shirt it is, but it's glittery. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Of course you love it. I guess I shouldn't have showed you. Wings and beer time. That is tomorrow. Show up for wings and beer tomorrow, and we can do that. I should do up some wings on the grill. That does sound good. I got chicken, but not grill, because today's tacos. Tacos today. All right. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to be able to switch this camera over, And let's see if I can do this correctly. And we're not just cross your fingers and let's not hope that it does anything crazy. It didn't. All right. So, my friends, you are currently looking at the Versacam. Now, the Versacam is our eco-solvent printer, 54 inches wide. We can print on a wide range of products, whether this be polyblocker, printed HTV, this glitter HTV, signs, banners, decals, canvas. We can do it all. Now, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to hit the button, and it's going to start up and start printing for us. So we'll let that print, and I'll carry on a conversation with you guys while you watch this print, and you can see all kinds of funness happen. So the great thing about these is that they do print full color. The one other thing that I really got to recommend is when people get these is to go as big as your budget and space allows. Reason being is that, so we had the 30-inch one when we started off. The 30-inch one we outgrew fairly quickly. Why is that? On banners. You can only do, 30-inch wide, you can only do like 28-inch banner. So, a 2x4 banner, you're printing that the lengthways. Anything more than that, then you're seaming it together. Actually, I'm going to switch back until this starts because I forgot it needs to heat back up because I had it off. So as soon as it starts up, look at that. I got the mic here ready to go. I feel like a little, what is that? Who's that guy? Bob Barker. I got Bob Barker. I got my mic right here ready to roll. But we'll switch back over to that as soon as I hear it up and starts printing. The reason I say go with as big and as wide as the budget, or as big as the budget and space will allow, is because these things are big. Like a 54-inch one is about 7 foot long. You have to make sure you have the room for it. If you can make it work, make it work. To be able to do these prints in-house is great. And look, this is part of our business is we sell transfers to you guys, right? I sell decals, I sell stickers, I sell magnets, I sell banners, I sell canvas prints. We sell all this to you, but yet here I'm telling you how to do it, right? Yeah, well, go invest the money in it. Here's why you order from me. So you don't have to invest the money in it. Let us print for you. Take 10% back from each job and hold it back until you can purchase the equipment for yourself. That's the easy way to do it because then you're building your business without investing in the equipment. Now, a printer is going to run you, on the new side, $15,000, $25,000. On the used side, $5,000 to $10,000. So there is a costly investment into it, and it will pay for itself. But you have to make sure that you have the business there for it. If you don't have the business there for it, then you're just kind of sitting on it. It's the same thing with the DTF printers. People are dropping $3,000, $5,000 in the desktop models. You got to do the ROI to see, how long it's going to take you to get it. Oh, I just heard it beep. So we're going to be able to kick back over here and it should start right up. All right, there we go. So it's going to start printing right here. Now, it might look a little blurry, fuzzy here and like the top half of the screen. The reason being is because that's the shield, the protection shield. And it's just, a piece of plexiglass that's been there. And it does not, you can see the light up there. That's all off of it. But it is, it's not the best to see through, but it protects me from getting my head whacked and my face whacked as it's going through here. So we'll get some prints out from you. In fact, I'm going to, while that is going, I'm going to show you some of the other prints that we're going to press tonight. And then we're going to talk about, oh yeah, be careful with that. Corey just made it back in the nick of time. Corey made it back. So the prints that we're going to do is I'm going to switch back to this camera so that way I can show you, and that's going to be printing out there. The stuff we're going to be doing, we'll look at that. And this is what we're going to talk about why, I'll show you why when we get over the press on why I think reverse weighting is the way to go with these. And it doesn't really matter because, hey, we're going to be printing these transfers for you guys. So you don't have to worry about it too much. But if you do have the wide format printer and you are looking to get this material, these are some tips and tricks that I have found with it, that I'm finding with it. This being one of the reasons that I learned about it. But sun's out, guns out. And then beach, please. Beach, please. Beach, please. So these are things that we're all going to press tonight. Let's go back and watch that thing work. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, throw those in here. I'll be more than happy to answer them while that is showing off printing through there. Yes, DTF prints are amazing. Thanks, Jesus. Jen, hola to you. Marlena, Hello, new here. Thanks for joining us tonight. We do this every Tuesday, 5 p.m. What it is pretty much me seeing if I can screw stuff up. Not really, well, most of the time. What it is you come in, you let us know what kind of projects you're working on. We do, pretty much everything from DTF printing. We do HTV cutting. We do screen printing. We do just about it all. And sublimation, we do a lot with that as well. And we just come in and we show off the projects that we're working on. We talk about what we're working on, tips and tricks for doing it. Will something work? Will something not work? So stick around, enjoy. We'd love to have new people. Now, like I said, getting back to ordering up equipment. Yes, if you have it, invest in it. But does that mean you should? If there's money to be made when you can subcontract work out, you can buy it already done for you, and then you do an upcharge on it. To me, that's the way to go. Because then you can take a portion of that job each back, hold it to the side, and then when the funds are there and you have enough to buy it outright, go for it. The other thing too is that allows you to see where the market is with it. You're not taking that big investment in there. You're going to let it. You're going to let somebody else have the investment. You're going to get stuff that's ready to go for you, and then as you can see if your business can support the payment on it. So if you know the payment on it is going to be $350, hey, how many jobs do I have to sell to make that payment? I can use somebody else until I can make sure that that's making that payment. That way you don't get stuck in over your head. Let some of us, that have been here before, do that, do those payments, do that work for you, those investments, and then we can help grow your business. That's the thing is don't be afraid to outsource things. That was one of the things that that was hard to do in the beginning. I think for a lot of us, we wanted to do everything in-house. We just wanted to. Well, it's just not cost effective to do that. By the time you invest in all the equipment, invest in all the time that goes into learning new pieces of equipment, and then trying to do it all, your focus circle is only so big. So the more stuff that you add to that, you've only got 24 hours in a day. You can only do so much. Now you're bringing in other people that you're hiring to do it, train it, whatever. When you get to that point, great, but you don't need to do that. You can have, a 6-figure business with just a heat press. How? Well, I can tell you it's 100% positive or 100% true because that's what we did. We started with our heat press, and you're able to order so many things, whether it's the HTV transfers, the screen print transfers, the DTF transfers. You don't need all that equipment. You can let somebody else do that, and then you're able to make it from there. Evelyn, good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Matt, got DTF from New York. Great. Awesome. Love to hear that. Curtis, hello, sir. Soggy Central Kansas. I hear it's coming my way, Curtis, but I'm not too worried about it. But as you can see, we're printing this one out here. This design, like I said, it came from the design bundles, which you can click on the affiliate link to that. And I think we get like 3 pennies or something. It's not much that we're getting from there, but hey, every little bit helps, and it helps the channel out here. So if you'd be so kind, we would love for you to go check out design bundles. And if you sign up for a membership, even better. But this glitter, it is pretty cool. It's not a super textured glitter. So it is a smooth glitter. So it doesn't have that heavy feel on it. Now let's see, it just printed. So now what it's doing is we've got a couple different images on there, but it is going to go back and now cut it. So that's the great thing about the Versacam is that it will not only print, it will go back and cut. So that is what it is doing now, is switching over, it's sending it back through, and now the cutter will come through and start cutting things. Now, there are a couple limitations to this. It is not the best cutter. Right? These things are made to be printers, not cutters. So they're not the greatest at cutting. They really don't like fine detail. But for what it is, it does okay. It's also a log on it, because the best thing to do is to have a separate printer and cutter if the space allows, because as you're done printing, you can send it over to the other printer and you can cut. Now, there are some things that need outgassing too before you can cut it. Otherwise, it'll shrink back up. So what that means is you can continuously print, pull it off to the side, let it go, then come back, throw it on the cutter, and you're able to keep that production of it. But for stuff like this, you are pretty good with it. Is it perfect? No. Can there be sometimes some issues? Absolutely. But for an overall printer cutter, these things work great. Wendy says outsourcing was unnerving in the beginning. You have to have a great, reliable source and someone who will help guide you through the process. And it's a game changer. I have found that with Fat Dad also. Thanks, Wendy. And that's the thing. We are here. We're here twice a week, or I was going to say we're twice a week. We're here on here 4 times a week. We're very easily to get a hold of online through all of our channels there. And, we're in your shoes. We've been here and we've done this, and we still have our local business to it, but we like being able to help others out and provide for it. It's a big part of our business. So when people have issues with that, and I am by no means perfect at all. But when we have issues, we let people know, hey, here's what's going on with it. If somebody has issues with the product of that, hey, let's work together to figure it out. I try to catch all artwork issues before it even makes it to print, because I know what stuff is supposed to look like, what it's not supposed to look like. And a lot of times you'll run into that where some other places they just print what you send, because that's what they do. They're just printers. So they don't know how it's supposed to look. They just, hey, this is what it is. And so that's no fault of their own. A lot of them say it. Hey, artwork must be print ready, sized correctly when it opens it up. Now I know that when somebody wants a shirt transfer and they're sending it to me, it's 48 inches wide. I know that's not right. Right. I just know that. So we've been being on that side of it. We do our best to make sure that we help everybody out, and then we can, we educate you. Hey, what are you looking at doing? What are you trying to accomplish with this? And if it's not something that we're able to do, we have a network of people that we are able to send you to help you out with it. Wendy being one of them for embroidery. I have a local embroiderer that we use. She would be able to help you out, but hey, you might be closer to Wendy, so Wendy would be able to help you out in embroidery, because it just makes sense. We got to start looking at easier ways to make more money, and we can't all look at each other as competition. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. When you start think of it, everybody's your competition, everybody's out to get you and steal what you have to offer and steal what you do, then yeah, that's just not a good way to me. That's just not a good way to be in business. You put out what you want to put out, and yeah, you hold some things that you're working on, that are your process for you. But this whole, what is it now? The gatekeeping fad where you've got to, where people are pissed because they're not getting information just giving them to them. Hey man, I had to spend money. I had to spend money to learn. I had to spend money to play. I had to spend money to get equipment. So sometimes you're just not giving up that information, and I get that. You gotta pay to play, and that's why there are so many things like that out there. People figured out a process and maybe spent years developing that, and others think they should just give it away. Hey, we've got $1,000 in equipment, and to just be like, yep, here's exactly what we did and everything with it. And there's some trial and error, and you really got to know it. Get in, buy some stuff from them, do that. Pay to be there. I was listening to something today, and he's talking about one of his friends, and he's they did 4 billion with a B in revenue last year in real estate, and he said, when we first started there, he goes, I paid him to be my friend, and what did that mean? So he bought courses from him, went to his live events, went to his charity things that he did, put money in his pocket. They're friends now, but, to get that information, he just didn't go right there to, hey, give me everything that you have to offer, and I'm not, going to do anything for it. No, you got to kind of pay to play. It's definitely things to get out there and do, because you got to, oh, look, the doorbell rings. That means the dogs are going to bark, because that's how it's going to work. That's how it's going to work. Matt, do you have a way to supplement on black or dark colors? I've tried the Siser HTV, but it feels too heavy. You are not going to be able to, Matt. You cannot sublimate on black. The reason being is because, one, you can't sublimate on darker colors than what you're trying to print. Everything even is going to be another process. You're going to be sublimating onto. You're going to be sublimating onto glitter. You're going to be sublimating onto HTV. There are powders that are garbage from everything that I've seen. There are sprays that are garbage. You're still not going to be able to print those colors on it. If you're printing yellow on blue, it's going to turn green. That's why I say that sublimate, across the board, there is no one magic bullet that this is the end all be all for everything. Every process has its limitation. You name the process, I'll tell you the limitation with it. Sublimation, while it's amazing on tons of things, on darks, on cottons, it's just not. It's just not going to work for it. So in your case, on something like that, if you're trying to do dark shirts, your options are going to be transfers. So whether that be a printed HTV, a printed glitter, a printed subli-thin, a DTF print, or a screen print, a white toner print, that is going to be your best bet. for dark garments. Because anything else is just going to be causing you trouble. Trying to do the sublimation on it is just not going to work there for you. Enough for everyone. Absolutely. Listen, I'm a fat guy. I like to eat, but there's plenty of pie to go around, and I don't need it all. Yep, exactly. There's unlimited business out there. Absolutely. I mean, think about this. How many times, Starbucks is taking money from themselves, because how many times can you see the same, the same city? When we're in Chicago, which mall is it where there's a Starbucks in the center, and then like literally you go around the corner and there's another one right there, right? McDonald's, there's one on every corner. Big Macs, Whoppers, two different competitors, but guess what? They're in it. So there's plenty of business to go around. Don't think that, there isn't right there. Like when he said, we all work with clients in different ways and have different people we like to work with. Absolutely. There's plenty of business. I look for partners that we both make a little money and succeed together. So as you see right there, it just cut. These are done, ready to go. So I'm going to switch you back over here, and then we can show the printer. So we're going to switch the camera back over here. Corey might come and find us, and then I'm going to have her move the camera over to the pressing area, and then we can press it from there, as I got my cool little microphone here. So from that process, what you got to do there is, before we get to the other ones, is we have to weed. And that's just like anything else. If you know how to weed, cut it. The big thing is when you're doing a printed item, you are not cutting in mirror. You're cutting in standard. So you're cutting right reading. That's right reading. That's what you're cutting in, right reading. And then you're going to weed it out. Now, what I found is that you need to, for this, and they said, we just got the stuff in. Siser sent us to us, to give us some to try out to see how we liked it. So far, I'm digging it. And I wanted to do stuff with a lot of detail, small stuff to see how it would cut. What I ran into is I missed one of these when I was weeding it out, went, and it's gone because it is a static back. I don't think I have a piece right handy, but it is a static back. And what that means is there's no sticky back on that carrier. So there's a chance that stuff could go flying. Now, if you apply the mask, that's a sticky back. You put it over reverse weed. That should alleviate that problem. So that's something that we will look at in the future of doing, is just masking and then reverse weed on it. But as you see on the transfers, there is a good glitter to it that goes from there. We'll go through the pressing process of it. We can do detail on it. We can do that. When we have done these ones here of this glitter, we could not, because of that raisedness and that super texture to it, we could not get a good adhesion to transfer tape, right? So we told everybody, hey, it has to be a single piece, because we're not, you want to move that camera? And the camera system did not work correctly, so we can't even have anything to go off of. So you're going to do your best guess to see what it looks like over there. So that'll be fun. So we had to have it one solid one piece, so that way you could just peel off and press, and you wouldn't have to do it. Now with this, we can offer that, because we can offer, you're going to being able to mask it. We'll add that to it. Yes, I really like your DTF. I'll probably continue with that. Hey, DTF has its limitations as well. And here's the thing, buying transfers, no limitations. You buy them, you're able to go. For me, if we print one transfer, it is not worth it to us. And reason being is we need a 3-foot front tail, right? And then we need a 2-foot back tail. So we need 5 feet for one print. Now 24-inch wide, now you're at 10 feet that we're wasting. And it's just part of the process, because it needs to go through the dryer. It needs to hook up and roll. And it needs to have a tail to follow through to do all that, so it just doesn't fall off. So that's why we gang up as much as we can, and we print. And then we just print, and we just print. And sometimes, there's not enough in there for a single day. What are you looking for?
I just to see which looks better.
Oh, here. Yep. It was, there's the other one. There's that one. So, there is that waste that comes. If Corey decided, hey, can you make some shirts for the kids tomorrow? I have to look at which process is going to make the most sense, because it could be, if we've already done printing, it doesn't make sense to do that. That's where our white toner will come in handy at. For those single one-off shirts, full color, the white toner is perfect at it. DTF, when we have the converted ones, it's very time consuming. There's some printers that you're only printing 4 prints an hour. That's a lot. I mean, that's not a lot. So that's a lot of time that goes into it. When you can only do 4 an hour, It can be very, very time consuming. So you have to look at everything to it. That's why I say when people go out and just invest $3,000-$5,000 on these, and then they realize, hey, I can only print 4 or 5 sheets an hour. You need to get multiple printers, and you need to get, and by the time you're doing that, you might as well just get a commercial machine. Yeah, but you have to recoup that, right? You're going to have to be doing, 50, 100 feet a day to make it worth it. Otherwise, it's not. Believe us, that's what we've done. That's how we're doing it, and we're getting everything that we can with it. Just because it doesn't make sense if that number isn't there to hit to run it. Okay, let's see. Good evening, Reed. Thanks for stopping by. Evelyn, if you have enough money, you can do cut sew. I don't even do cut sew. Send that out. I've got people that do that for me. So we have a partner that can take care of full uniform sets, full cut sew. If you need any of that stuff, we're going to be bringing them on board where we can do it. But right now, we can help you out on that, but full cut sew. So which material, Evelyn? Is it clear or white? The material, because as you can see as I weed it out, is more of a silver. So it's more of a silver, and it prints on it, and then boom, it cuts it like there. It cut it out, and then we weeded it out from there. Look at that. So that's what it is. It prints it on that, then it cuts it, and then we weed it out, and then we add the application tape, and then we cut it out from there. The mask that we're using is the high tack. No, we're not using the high tack on that. That's just I will find out specifically for you. The easy. I'm gonna find out exactly for you. Let me just reach around this corner, and then I can for sure help you out. Let's see. We are going to go over here to our last orders that we had for it, so that way I know what exactly I used on it. So I can't say, because there's the two different transfer papers, or two different transfer runs from Siser. Because like on our printed side, for everything else that's not this, we use the Hi-Fi. We use the Siser Hi-Fi. Jeez, I really love that material. So this mask, even though we have the high tack, which is the TTD high tack mask, this is actually the TDD easy mask. So not as tacky. That's what we're using, and that seems to work out. It seemed to work just fine for it. Kristen, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Glad I found your Facebook page. Great information. Thanks for sharing your experience. That's the thing. When I started off, there wasn't, when we got back in the business 15 years ago, 16 years ago, there wasn't a lot of people that were willing to give information. You were on the forums. You were paying to, nobody would give up. You had to go work for them to get it. Josh from over at Stalls was one of the very few people out there really pushing on the heat transfer vinyl side of things. And that's what we came up. That's what we cut our teeth in. We still do it there. We still do cut vinyl every day. Name and number drops. Easiest thing. So when people say, I'm getting this, so I never have to cut and weed vinyl again, you are cutting yourself off, because there's so many still opportunities to be able to use your cut vinyl in. There's so many specialty materials, glitter, the film, the color changing stuff. There's so many opportunities that when you say I'm not doing that anymore, it really cuts you off. And then coming up through it, I knew people really, when they got started in it, what's your number one thing? Like, hey, what do you feel your biggest obstacle is when you're starting your business? To me, when I talk with a lot of people, it was that they had no clue how to run a business. They really wanted to be successful, but they just weren't sure how to do it. They weren't sure what it cost them to do this. It's like, I know there's a couple here that will be able to answer this question because they are in our success group. But if I ask you, what does it cost you to run your business per hour? Right now, can you nail it off your head? Tell me. If you can and you're comfortable with it, put it in the comments so we know. For me, it's $125 an hour. So I know that it's $2 a minute, basically, that if something's going to take me 10 minutes to do, I need to charge 20 just to cover my overhead. That's not even talking material part, anything with that. That is just to cover my overhead. Because, you got overhead. Even if you work out of the house, your business needs to be able to support itself. So it needs to pay its share of the lights, the gas, the electricity, lights, gas, electricity. That's all. It needs to pay for your share of that. The internet, the phone, anything that it's using, it needs to pay its fair share of it. So that way, if you decide, hey, this is doing well enough and I'm going to quit, guess what? Now that business can afford that because it's part of it. It needs to pay part of the mortgage. It needs to do all of that for you if you want to have a successful business in the future. Some people are fine with just making a couple $1,000s a year, pay off, the little stuff here and there. It pays for vacation, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody starts somewhere. What I want you to do is be able to know what it actually cost you to do that, because that to me is one of the most powerful things there is, to know what it actually costs you to be in business. And then the second one is to price your products for profit every time. You're able to know, this is what my cost is. It costs me this much to run my business. Here's a product. How can I make money off it? This is where I need to put it at. So it is definitely something really, really hard to look at. If you don't know how to do it and you want to know, hey, say, hey, I want to learn. If you want to learn, I will help you out learn. I just need you to make the commitment, and we'll help you with the rest of the way. Mine came out great the way. Yes, I love hearing that. Love hearing that. Glitter. Yes. Yeah, Josh has been an amazing resource, and I don't think that really in our industry people give him enough credit for the things that he's done for us. He's normalized heat pressing, and that's I'm gonna go ahead that normalize heat pressing. That's what we're gonna do, because there is so many things that you're able to do with that heat press, and so many other businesses have expanded from that. If you have the heat press, I can get you to 100,000. How? We can do screen printer transfers for your big orders. We can do DTF for your full color short orders. We can do rhinestones for your specialty orders. We've got glitter for all your specialty needs. You can make a killing with that. And as you get through that, you start realizing, hey, I can start adding on these little ancillary projects. I'll fill you in on something. If Jen is still here, look, Jen's right up there. Jen and I are kind of working on something where we can offer promo products to you guys. So you want to offer promo products to your customers, but you're not in the promo game. Guess what? We can help you with that. So we're able to supply you with those things that you can add on as those ancillary products to your customers. You can give them those upsells on it. Hey, did you think about adding this to it? Because it's a lot cheaper to keep the customers you have than to go out and find new ones. So if we can help you do that, that's what we want to do. And we want to be able to help you create a successful business. I know a lot of people that have closed in the last couple of years, and they didn't close because they needed to. They closed because they wanted to. They realized that the power of being able to outsource really negated the problems that they had with running a full shop. Having to worry about employees, having, to worry about mess ups and things. They were able to say, hey, I can just outsource pretty much everything, do a few select things in house, and I will be just fine. So we're able to do that for you. Yeah, the silver. Thank you, silver. I don't know what thank you, silver is. Evelyn, help me out more. No clue. Yeah. And Matt, this is what we need to do. We need to help you figure that out, because once you know that, if I could tell you that, hey, you give me $5, right? I can get you into our success group, which is, $79 every month, but $5 we're doing for the first month. You'll be able to get into the 5 keys program, which is regularly $500, and you can get into the first 2 keys of the 5 keys and be able to know what it actually costs you to run your business and how to price products for profit. Hey, we will get you set up, ready to roll. You'll be unstoppable because you'll know what it costs you to run your business. You're not seeing what the guy down the street charges, because who knows what his prices are based off of. He could be way more than where you can charge or way less than where you're at charging. If he's less, then you're definitely losing money on every job. So there's no reason for it. There it is. Yeah. Turn on the machines. Yeah, that's all you got to do. He's talked to Josh for years before I bought. I just went right into it. I'm like, this is what we're going to do. For my story, we used them for, we started doing decals for our race cars, right? Well, if you're a race car driver and you're in a bomber class, you know that it's not the most paying of any categories. You're just doing it for fun. So if you can save money any way you can, you're going to. And so that's what we did. And then it was like, hey, can you make shirts? And that's when I found this stuff called heat transfer vinyl. And I bought a press and made it work. I still have that press. It was our old Hicks press. I will never get rid of it. We've picked up other ones along the way, as budget and time allowed. Hey, we went through our fair share of Amazon presses. I'm not ashamed to say that. Those $170 Amazon presses, are disposable, and they're going to work for maybe a month or maybe 6 months or maybe a year or two. Go into it knowing it's disposable and you're going to have to replace it. That's going to save you because, hey, they'll get the job done. They'll make you money, but they are not the most consistent. They're not the best ones out there. But sometimes that's all the budget allows, right? But if you really need to get out there, hustle, we can make it work. It is not difficult. This is not rocket science. You are not asking you to perform brain surgery. I'm asking you to make some shirts. We can do this. We can do this together. Yep, Jen's here. So here it is. Yeah. Promo and apparel like peas and carrots. They just belong together. If you're a peas and carrots type of person, they are. What if you don't like either one? here, let's just say this. Whatever it is that goes together, that's what promo does. Promo goes with your business, and you can put it on there. One of your classes, so it's all online, Matt. That's the thing. You sign up for it. We do a training once a month. It's usually the first or second Wednesday of every month. We just did one on automation, and that one was killer. We were able to figure out how to save. I said over 100 hours easily. He said over 1,000 hours for. So even at me at 100 hours, the way that this worked was I was able to create a Zap to use an automation. So when an order comes in from Equid, especially if it's a get a quote order, I'd have to go into Square and transfer all that customer information over. I created a Zap. Now I don't have to do that. I created a Zap to make everything show up on my Monday.com. That freed up so much time for me. By saving time, you save money. So let's say this saves me 3 minutes a day, right? That was the easy math. 3 minutes a day is all it saves. Times 5 days is 15 minutes a week. 15 minutes a week times 4 weeks is an hour. If my time is $125 an hour, I just saved $125. Now, do that over 12 months, and that's what, $1,400 a year. That's not bad. I'm saving 3 minutes a day. That's where I'm telling you, knowing what it costs you to run your business is so important, because you're able to see saving those little things really adds up in the end. But we have those live trainings there. The other thing that when you get into it, it's all online. You can do it online. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to do anything, right? At our schedule. We want it to you. We want you to be an action taker. I'm gonna pull something else up, because I'll drop I think I have the link in here, but I don't 100% know. Let's see. I don't. So I'm going to go grab the link real quick, and that way I can drop it in here. I thought I did, but I didn't. So now I got to reach around stuff. I got to reach around. I'm so dirty. I'm so dirty. I got to do that to find stuff and see where it is, because I'm not 100%. I want to make sure that I have the links correctly for you. Yep, here it is. osg.link/TWT. So I'm going to drop that in the comments down there for you, so that way you can get it. That is I can't do this. osg.link/TWT. All right. Let me click that, make sure it goes through. If it doesn't, let me know, and then I'll make sure to have it on there. I have a Geonite 16x20, an Epson 570, and a Cricut Maker. We got it from my wife's Arts for Metal Prints. I found, but yeah, that's the thing is, when you have a cutter, you can make so much with it. And, people are, oh, you got a Cricut, and what? You got a digital cutting machine, which we have the Solo. Hey, you got those. I think there's one left of those. That's a whole nother project we're going to talk about where you have in the mix for it. But you start wherever your budget allows, and then you can grow from it. You can do so much with the Cricut. It's ridiculous on it. All right. So we did some rambling. That was a little intermission. Let's get you over. We're going to move some stuff over. We'll continue this conversation as I move over and switch the cameras. I'm not going to switch cameras. I'm going to just switch cameras. We're going to see how good Corey did switching the camera. Oh yeah, she did good. In fact, maybe I should just make Corey press, and then I can read the comments on here, right? Is that what I can do? Make her. You want to do that? Mm-hmm. All right. So Corey's going to press, and I'm going to sit over here. And because she is our production whiz, Corey is our production whiz, and I am not. So we're going to let her do the production part of it. We'll kick that off over here. So which one are you going to do first there, Corey? Look at those pretty nails. Pretty nails. And the other thing is she's learning how much it sucks to try and work around cameras when you're trying to do this. So it's good for her to see, hey, this is how it rolls with it. But when sun's out, guns out. Now this presses at, what did we decide? 311? 311 is what this presses at. This presses, let's see, this is the Siser SparklePrint. 311 is what it presses at. It is a warm peel. It presses for 15 seconds. Always wait 24 hours before washing. Machine wash cold with mild detergent. Dry at a low setting. No chlorine bleach or no dry cleaning. Right. We can cut the sleeves off of it. I'll cut the sleeves off that B. When you were cutting this and printing it, it is a print and cut right reading. They do recommend a 45-degree blade on it. The mask, you can either use the TDT Easy Mask or the TTD High Tack. He said 311 is the temp to press at for 15 seconds with medium to firm pressure, and you're going to peel hot. What? Peel hot, peel warm, whatever. I know it's not whatever. You can do it from there. All right, is it done? Here we go. So she's going to go. She's going to press this here. We're going to hear squeaky squeaks. She's got it in there. It is the whole seconds that is in there. Yes, that is for Hudson. And I'm going to cut the sleeves off that. I'm going to cut the sleeves off of it because you're right. I'm going to cut the sleeves off of Bella because that's what I do. Sun's out, guns out. Look at that. Oh. I told her warm. So see, this is why we test stuff. It said to press it there. So hit it again. I would. And watch. I bet. Do you think she's going to use the cover sheet? No, she's just going to press it. Renee is having a breakdown right now because Corey is pressing that without a cover sheet. So it said peel hot. We tried peeling hot and it pulled up with it. That's why I think peel warm. Peel warm is where it's going to be at. So we're going to go with that. Oh, look, it's stuck. It's stuck. It's stuck. Ah, it did stick. She can't open it because it's stuck.
It's not sticky on that side. There's like no adhesive on it.
I wonder if that's one out of drop. Oh, is that something that the tape's on it? Or feel is the, yep, is the, what? Is there a piece of backing on it? There's a piece of backing on it. Because it cut through. It cut through on it. So we might have just ruined this one. Because when you go to the next one, I'll try that. I'll try and do that. So what happened was is I came through. Hold on, before Corey's. No, yeah. Well, Corey's going that. I'm gonna bring you over to the screen. I'm gonna show you what I did, and I'm gonna show you why that was 100% my fault. So when I cut the backings, right, I was testing out pressure and I bumped it up there, and it came through. And it cut through on part of it. I thought I got it all. So what it did was that's actually the backing of the transfer of the actual backside application tape to it. So now I'm going to see if I can get this off of here, which I might not be able to because it might have just pressed it to it. So that just might be it. The good thing is I've got another one. Yeah. So we're just going to pull that off. But you can see, yep, I've got the picture. So now which is even better because when you sins out, the gun's out. Sins out, guns out. So we'll fix that one for Hudson. But this is the great thing about live. But as you can see the glitter with it, right? It's got a good glitter feel. It's got a nice soft feel to it. Now let me get back over to Corey, and I will answer these amazing questions because I think I got them all. So she's into this one.
I told her it was not my fault. You could feel it hot.
Yeah, totally not her fault. My fault. Let's see. Wait, no Teflon sheet, right? Renee's having a grab her. Corey does not believe in Teflon sheet. She's like, Sometimes, but she doesn't. She doesn't have anything. And see, Renee's totally laughing at you. Anything can happen live, right? It will happen. Yeah. If you want to grow your business, you try his DTF. Thanks. He's Seuss. I'm looking at this going like, what is going on? Okay, so we're going to peel warm and see what happens this time. Did I get everything? It's hot. It's going to hot. There it goes. See, that's how it's supposed to work. That's why we do this a few times. That's why it's supposed to work. So bring that one a little closer and show it. Look at that. Ooh, see?
It's not as good as yours that you've got on though.
It is. It's the same camera. She tells me the camera's not good. It's the same one on it.
This color is different.
Yeah. Well, that's how cameras work. Colors work different. All right. So she's going to load up another one. Oh, God, this is sweet. What is sweet. I love this. I'm done with there. That's why we test. We all do it, right? I mean, that's the thing is nobody's perfect, and I'm showing you that. Like, things happen. Hey, you get busy, you get going fast, things happen, and I totally did that. You forget to put it back on a shirt. Like, I totally did that. And one of the shirt orders that we did was like 100 and some odd shirts. I totally forgot the back on one of them. Where'd Renee's go? Vinyl remover for the win on this one. You remove that Yeah, I've got another one with a cover sheet, she says. Corey's like, yeah, we're not doing it with the
Maybe
cover
because
sheet.
it did stick a little. But...
Maybe because it did stick a little, but she's not doing it. So here we go. Beach, please. I love beach, please. Beach, please. Look at that. Yes, Renee. Vinyl winner for the vinyl remover for the win. So we go with the 11 seconds on that, or 10 seconds, whatever it was. I have to look. Time for removing the paper and vinyl remover. Yep. We're just gonna put a new one on there altogether. Look at you guys chit-chatting along there. Yeah. Team Teflon. Yeah, well, whatever. There it is. There it is. Look at this one. It should just peel good too. Yeah, see? It'll peel great. When it's done right, it'll peel great. Thanks, Shelly. Always, that just made me hyperventilate. Do it again. Do it again. Which, you want to see something? We can totally do that. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna go join over in that. I'm gonna go join over in this live, and we're gonna show that off here because we're gonna come back over and we're gonna have a little impromptu business right here. So there's the U that we screwed up, and I think you can see that, right? You can see that U's there. You got the vinyl remover handy, don't you?
Yeah.
I think I've got a U handy. I can pull a U off there. Sun's out, guns out, homie. There. Okay. Vinyl remover time.
You want to do it from the inside out?
Yeah, let's see what. Well, let's go on top. Let's see what happens from the top. Let's see if
I
it
just don't want it to get all over. Well, you're gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna check my nails.
Oh wait. Yeah, because it's probably gonna. It might change the color of that. So we're gonna see what happens. So a little vinyl remover. You're gonna.
I got it.
Just look at. You got to get in the camera. Nobody can see.
I'm getting my hand where it needs to be.
Nobody can see what you're gonna do, and you're gonna burn yourself. You're gonna burn yourself. Which, if you haven't burnt yourself on a heat press, I don't know if you're a real heat press operator. I really don't. I really don't. If you haven't burnt yourself, because that's all part of it, right? The first time you burn yourself and your knuckles and everything else with that.
Okay, you grab it and pull it off because I don't want to check it.
Right. So you have the little vinyl remover from the backside, and then, ta-da! Like magic, that comes right off.
And you can get all that adhesive off if you were to put it on there a whole bunch. But
a lot of times, there's the mic right there. A lot of times, if you have a lot on there, but hey, we're just gonna make this work. We're gonna make that work. There it is. Done, homie. Now
it's gotta get dried.
Now we're gonna dry it, which you know what that means. You're just pressing it. You're just pressing it without a Teflon sheet because that's what we're
gonna use a Teflon sheet because they'll stick otherwise.
Whatever. It's not gonna stick.
Yeah, these parts did stick.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess so. I mean, if we got one, whatever. We'll go ahead and use it. Teflon. There, guys. Teflon, right? So that's how you're doing is drying it off. And I've got another one cut. So we'll just be able to do it from there. All right. Pop it up. That's probably good. Ta-da, ta-da. Look, you can almost barely see it, which is fine with this because we're just going to replace it. So Corey's got better placement eyes than I do. She has these things called contacts. I don't believe in contacts. We're just putting on there. We're totally fixing that right now. Look at us. Look at us go. It's teamwork. Teamwork, I say. Teamwork. She doesn't. Renee said you do it to her on purpose. You don't use a Teflon sheet. You should have seen the smile. Yeah.
That takes too much time.
Sins go with the Philippines shirt. That is very right. VLR to the rescue. It is a pretty good thing. VLR is amazing stuff, right? I use my mini press on the underside to heat up the glue, and it peels right off. Yeah, I just use the VLR and just peel it off. That's what I use. Bowl and a Q-tip. That's how you do it. And Chris is like, Corey, your nails. Get some gloves.
That's why we can peel it.
That's why she made me peel it. That's why she made me peel it. Yes.
I learned my lesson. I don't know, a couple months ago.
Philippines 413. Let me get back. Let me get this back over here, and I need to switch off. I need to go to the other camera. Go to the other camera, and then we'll get right back into it. Yeah, it's great. Corey is an amazing partner in this whole business. This a new one for me. Use ketchup to remove vinyl? No. You'd stain the hell out of that shirt, wouldn't you? Come on. Don't tell me that. Teamwork makes dream work. Yes, it does. Go, Todd and Corey. Hey, listen, I'll tell you this. I've gotten a lot better about it. I am still an ass to work for. Because I can separate work from when we're time to close. Hey, it's done. I don't think Corey can. If I'm an ass, like a normal boss, that can be, it's like she remembers that when she gets off work. I'm like, do. What's wrong? Bad day at work? Oh, tell me about it. You're the problem. You're the bad day at work. Whoa. We're not at work. You need to leave that work at work. We're at home. But Corey, she is amazing. If you've got anything shipped from us, Corey handles the shipping. Pretty much, I don't do anything. Like, let's just lay that out. I really don't do anything. She presses shirts. She ships shirts. She orders shirts. But I guess I take care of all the print side and the design side because she doesn't want any part of that stuff. So I'll handle the print side, the design side, pricing things, but she handles that. So she handles a big chunk of the business. So, when she goes on her monthly trip to, whether it's the Bahamas or Mexico or California or wherever she decides that she's going to go this month, I think Texas is what's next. Hey, I feel a little lost, so I'm getting better at it. So I do appreciate it. Now Kristen says that she loves the little notes that are in there. Here's a fun fact, Kristen, is when Corey took over from that, she used to sign everything still with my name. I made her stop. I'm like, that's you. Don't sign mine. You sign yours. Like last week or 2 weeks ago when she was gone, I went over to her shipping and I don't know where anything is. And to me, everything is backwards because I'm left-handed. So I would assume things in one spot. They're not. And I was stressing out. And so some of the packages that people got and some of the notes, okay, they weren't the normal ones because I didn't know where they were. And I was stressed out. And so I was just writing on whatever I could find. Some people got them on packing slips. Some people got them on packaging. Some people got them on the inside of envelopes. It wasn't the greatest of things, but I was lost and I just wanted you to get your package. So I'm going to do better to understand the shipping side of it again, where her stuff is, so I don't get so confused on it. But without further ado, let's check out these shirts. So Suns Out, Guns Out, which we ruined, but then fixed. So it's no longer Suns Out, Guns Out. But as you can see, there's the sparkle in that. It's got a good sparkle into it. Good, fun sparkle in that. And we're going to cut the sleeves off that because that's what you do with Bella shirts that say that. You cut them up. Here is this one. And as you can see, the detail holds really well with it. Those aren't super small. That's probably about the smallest I would go for lettering in a design. But it is definitely something fun and different with the glitter. And, we can print on it. Now, remember, too, that not all colors are going to print the way they do on your screen. This is just like everything else. So if you submit it as a color and it comes off, it just might be that way because that's how printing works. Your screen isn't going to match it on that stuff. We're missing one more. What?
Apparently, Wilcox is only spelled W-I-L. There's 2 L's, so we got to.
There's that one. Beach, please check that because I think she spelled it that way.
I went back through it and I zoomed in and it looked like because it was just.
So yeah. So there's that. Just found out I spelled the name wrong. Yeah, well.
But she verified what I sent her.
There. But there's that. So as you can see, all worked out well. All good with that. This, I love doing stuff like this with the negative. The negative space becomes the color of the design. So when you're able to design stuff like this, where you can use that negative space to add a thing on here, ooh, baby. Well, that looks sweet. All right. So there, glitter printed HTV that we're able to make transfers of. If you're interested in that, that is down in the bottom here, where I can throw it in here. We will get you quotes on it. We haven't added it to the site yet, but we're doing everything by a quote. We wanted to make sure that we had everything rocking and rolling and getting everything dialed in it before we just launched it on there. But you can request a quote on the site here. And the reason that we do that a lot on our printed goods is because we want to make sure that the image is printable, that it's able to do. I mean, if you got really small text, where's the one with here? Like I said, this is probably about the smallest text I'd go. If you go stuff all in that, that is just a pain to weed. The other thing, too, is that's a lot of weeding. So those always get an upcharge on it because that is a lot of weeding in there. And that's weeding costs money, man. Time is money. So we always, want to be able to quote it to you so you'll understand where you're at with it. And then some people are like, hey, you just cut it. And then you print it and cut it and I'll weed and mask it and I'll take care of that part. Then, hey, we do that for people, too. So though is printed glitter in it. If anything is else in here, let me know. Questions, comments, concerns. You loved your notes last week. Yeah, it was crumbled in there and I just wrote on the stuff after it was in there. It was great for it. I went on my packing slip. It was all good. She was out of town, right? It was like, that was the thing. Like, I'm like, some of these people, were like, oh, they're, because even some of the stuff didn't get them because I'm like, I'm just trying to stress out for it, trying to get it. And then we're working with our partners who print out for us to be like, hey, when you're rush shipping, can we send you stuff for the packaging on it? And they're not really set up for all of that yet. And that's where I'm like, I would pay a premium for it. So that way it's there. We'll do our best. And even when we drop ship for other people, we do that as well. You send me whatever you want in your packaging and how you want it. We can drop ship for you too. So if you're somebody who wants to offer transfers or say to somebody else, guess what? We can take care of that for you. We can add in all your information. We do that all the time for people. We love to be a part of your business and help you out as much as possible with it. All right. I think that's it. We were able to nail this. I think next week we are going to maybe go on the difference between a poly blocker and a regular HTV and show that on jerseys, things like that we use, that we do. So you can see why the difference is in a way to help with that, because that's something that I think a lot of us, when we were just getting started off battle with, you didn't realize that, oh, crap, I just pressed this white on this and now this is happening. What do I do? There's nothing you can do. It's just that's what's going to happen with it. So we're going to go from there. All right. You guys have a great night. We'll be back in the morning, 8:30. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be here. Morning Mindset. We do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I need your 5 things you're going to accomplish tomorrow, because that's what I do, is I have my list for it. We'll talk about this again. We'll talk about anything else that may have come up. We'll talk about mistakes. But we like to keep those, nice, short, sweet, to the point. Get everything rocking and rolling. Get your days off to an amazing start, because that's what we do, right? We get off to an amazing start. We also have upcoming stuff. We've got Q&A with TNA tomorrow night. That is at 5 p.m. Central, so we'll get that in there. We'll also have Crafting with Cash is coming July 1st. Crafting with Cash. Look for that logo to change. Crafting with Cash, and we just wanted that big umbrella here and then have the stuff under it, because Crafting with Cash is the main one. We're going to have videos. Probably right off the bat, we're going to drop trying to drop a bunch of videos. Basically, we're going to take stuff like we just did tonight and be able to keep those in those bite-sized pieces of that 4 to 12 minutes in there to really get that information down to it. So we're going to drop those, but then Crafting with Cash is the big one. Then we have Fat Dad Wholesale is our print side of it. That one here. Fat Dad Wholesale is our print side of it. That's where we can sell you those transfers, those signs, those banners, those decals, yard signs, anything that you need. We're able to help you with that. Our retail side is Fat Dad Custom Designs. And then we also have Little Monkey's Craft Company that is going to handle the ready to press transfers, glitter, equipment, all of that. So we've got a lot of stuff going on, and we're just trying to bring it all together in that. You guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow morning. Still looking for a sign off. 4 years later, we still haven't found one for it. So make stuff happen. Do good stuff. Be a good person. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You guys have a great night. We will see you tomorrow morning.